Real Ideas are custodians of what will be 5 buildings. This is our 4th, which is really exciting. We've collected a few over the years, and they are all different and special in their own way. There's so much you can do, and what really excites me is that fact that it is really accessible, and you could be 5 years old and live down the road, or you could be a student, as I said, creating someone who wants to create something, or we're hoping to host the next Full Dome UK in Plymouth again, where it started 10 years ago. So there's so many ways into this space, and we want to create a programme that's really diverse, but also that looks at serious subjects. So actually what it can do for good is something that's really interesting to us as well.
The market hall, it was different. We want to engineer outstanding solutions for community in place. This represented all of those really. It represented a focal point with regard to place for Plymouth and enhancement of a community facility for Devonport.
So one of the things that we wanted to celebrate is partnership and is collaboration. It feels like we're at the start of this great adventure, but it's an adventure that is about everyone being on that journey. There are so many uses for the Dome that we are just on the beginning of this journey, which is super exciting, and can't wait.
Probably the favourite thing about being involved in Market Hall is the amount of local employment opportunities we give. Classic builders pride themselves on having a lot of direct labour, so we've been giving employment to the local community with our direct labour and our apprentices, giving opportunities to youngsters on the project.
There are so many old buildings in the southwest that just get overlooked and forgotten about, but this hasn't. This is actually coming back, and it's going to be used by the people of this city, which is just going to be a great resource, not only for Plymouth, but also for the southwest and England.
The introduction of the dome during the design stage was certainly a challenge during the design, but the whole design team, the whole project team really got on board with trying to make it fit within the extension, trying to work out what size dome we could maximise to get into the space, and really just to try and bring to life Lindsay's vision of what she wanted to bring across from Canada to Plymouth.
I love this building. I mean, it's so beautiful, and I remember coming into it before anything had been done by it and being just amazed that, there in the middle of what was then a complete building site, there was this sort of extraordinary heritage building that had somehow survived the Second World War, had survived all the ravages that have happened in this area.
One of my favourite things of working on this project has been the relationship that we developed with the Real Ideas organisation. Collaborating with them has been a completely memorable experience, it really has. They were relentlessly positive and resourceful and really did turn every problem into an opportunity.
This dome allows us to do performances, it allows us to do experimental research, it has an incredible impact on the audiences and also the kind of developers and producers of full dome content. And that goes beyond full dome as well into the entire immersive sphere.
To just think that it was only 6 months ago that we actually opened the doors and finally everybody started coming in. So what's been going on? Well, all sorts of things. We've had some really big events, so including things like Full Dome UK, which was the national festival of dome content. We've had crowdfunder Climate Live events here. We've had Illuminate, so probably the moment when the building has been fullest, which was Moss to a Flame interactive experience. So we've had over 1,000 children and families come and colour in their moths and fly their moths around the dome. Last week we had the formal launch of our first organisational membership arrangement with City College Plymouth, which was super exciting. It feels like we've done a lot, but we're literally only at the starting line as well. I had a really lovely time with a fantastic lady called Rita, who was in her 90s, who came and told me all about coming to this building before the Second World War when she was a child and it was still a fruit and veg market, and walking around with her and sort of you could almost see what it must have been like then. And then we took her into the dome and played her a bit of content, and she, her eyes were shining, and she was just saying, oh, I can really see how Devonport can become as buzzing and prosperous as I remember it, and that was very moving. We will continue to have a growing screening programme and mixing up screenings which are quite commercial content from around the world with more and more content that is being produced locally. February half term we will be launching things like sort of 6-7 week courses where you'll be able to actually come, so whether it's for children, whether it's for teenagers or adults, actually be able to come and start to make some stuff. So that whole sense of this is a place for people to create as well as experience, that's definitely on the cards. We will be increasingly having content that is available and appropriate to people with all sorts of different challenges and needs. So we're really thinking about how can we begin to perhaps work with special schools, or think about ways in which the sort of sensory aspect of the dome can open up different opportunities. We will have Dome UK here again in the autumn, and this time it will be hugely expanded with lots of really interesting things going on there. And that's just the ones I know of, and what I absolutely know is that next week somebody will ring up and say, oh, can we do? And so we're very much in that let's work with other people and make as much happen as we possibly can.